And the body can fight and win. Okweranga kikulu nnyo, okweranga nti nali kumpi n'omusajja oyo yalwala. Niweranga, bakwita kweranga mu Luganda mwekiri. Okweropa. Okweranga izuri nyankole. Okay. Okweropa kikulu okweropa n'ogamba nti oyo muntu gwempulidde nti ali mu ddwaliro nali kumpi naye. Ne bakugamba nti okay, oba wali kumpi naye gira sigala awaka. Tikyetaagisa nakutwala mu kkuumiro lya kifo kya gavumenti gye bakuumira abantu. Where they kunganya abantu. Uyinza kusigala makaago kasita otegeraganye n'abakulu ab'ebyobulamu. And then when you start getting sick, they keep checking after some time. If you get sick, they take you for other care now. Biri ebirala byonna bireme okutuukako. Bakwatagana nabyo obudde bukyali. Temperature, okusesema, ekiddukano, okutuuyana, ebyo byonna bakwatagana nabyo. And then you have got a better chance of surviving, like these 20 who have survived. But when you run away, you are endangering yourself, and you are endangering all your dear ones whom you are getting to. Kati abadduse balowooza nti kuloga biki ebyo bya kisirusiru. Tewali kuloga wano. Ate n'okuloga okwo nakwo sikulabanga, kubanga lumu nasanga omuntu wange, omuntu w'amaanyi wa movement w'obukiiko bwaffe, omugenzi Konia ow'enakaziba. Ebimu bye muyita okuloga si malogo, bulwadde. Kubanga omugenzi Konia afudde ennaku zino si wala nnyo. Omugenzi Konia namusangawo enakaziba, ekigere kyonna kizimbye, akitadde mu ntebe. Konia obadde ki? Nti bandoze. Bakuloze batya? Nti banteze ettalo. Oba ettalo. Ettalo kiki? Nalina abasawo bange ne mbayita nti chairman waffe bamuloze. Ne batunula anti gano si malogo. Buno bulwadde buleetebwa akawuka kamanyiddwa babuyita cellulitis. Bulina eddagala nti eddagala nawano tulina eddagala. Konia nawonerawo bamuwa eddagala nawona. Naye ab'okukyalo bona abana movement ate bana movement si ba kibiina kirala. Tewali muwa DP, tewali muba ebibiina ebirala ebitalengera wala. Bona bali bana movement. Ate balwanyi. Naye bona bali bakkiriza nti cellulitis kuloga malogo. Kumbe kawuka bacteria. Well known bacteria. Abasawo bange naye ndowooza guyinza kuba guli musango gw'abasawo baffe. Obutakwatagana n'abantu bandibadde bagenda ku radio endwadde ezo ezimanyiddwa ne bazinyonyola. N'olwekyo kino tewali kuloga wano. Eno virus emanyiddwa, tumaze okugikebera. Bonna abafudde tumanyi ekyabatta bano 19. abawonye tumanyi kye baali balwadde n'olwekyo mulekeraawo okuseketerera kaweefube waffe owokulwanyisa akawuka kano muli bino byakuloga tewali kuloga wano. The communities in the affected districts should understand that Ebola disease is deadly and spreads through contact with someone who has symptoms. When you see somebody with symptoms or you develop symptoms, call the health workers to take you to the health facility in their ambulances. Do not jump on a border or a taxi because you will spread the infection to the ones transporting you. The symptoms of Ebola include sudden onset of fever, headache, general weakness, chest pain, pain on swallowing, diarrhea, vomiting, unexplained bleeding from any part of the body openings, e.g. ears, nose, mouth, eyes, anus. The health workers must use appropriate protective wear, gloves, aprons, masks. Whenever they are examining patients, whatever they are suffering from, please, health workers, gloves, aprons, masks. Please protect yourself. The witch doctors, traditional healers, and herbalists should not accept any sick people now. I don't want to say with the symptoms of Ebola what, because you don't know. No. Suspend whatever you are doing. And we shall have to put it in the law. Advise them to call health workers for safe transfer to hospitals. Religious leaders should not accept sick people with symptoms of Ebola who come seeking for healing prayers. Abo nabo bali awo. Abanadini. To heal by miracle. By miracle healing. Tunokwogera n'abamakanisa n'amakereziya. Okuwonya bakozesa ebyamagero, miracle. So please, religious leaders, when you touch them, you will contract Ebola. Advise them to call health workers for safe transfer to hospitals. Katonda yatulagira mu kitabo ky'Olubereberye, Book of Genesis, establish dominion over nature. So medicine is part of God's work. Science is God's. These are God's laws. Border riders should be vigilant and not carry sick people with signs and symptoms of Ebola. Advise them to call for an ambulance. Kati muwulidde omulwadde bw'awulira alwadde mu ngeri eno gye tugamba ey'omusujja, mu kifo ky'okugenda ku bodaboda, kubira aba district bakuletera ambulance yebe kutwala. The security supporting the response teams in the districts must be very vigilant and ensure no Ebola patients in treatment centers or contacts in the quarantine facility escape. In addition, they should dress up in protective wear and arrest contacts who refuse to be taken to isolation. I think in the future we may have to construct burglar-approved places where we can put such people. Okutekawo ekikomera ky'emitayimbwa. We shall have to build it somewhere. We are going to construct it in Kampala here, so that if you, in the future, you disturb, in a future epidemic, tukuleta ne tukutekamu ebyuma nobeera omwo. There has been a lot of rumors and anxiety about confirmed cases of Ebola in Kampala City, specifically Chirudu Hospital. I would like to inform the general public that there is no confirmed case of Ebola in Kampala City. As I already indicated to you above, a confirmed case was admitted at Chirudu Hospital from Benda and died. 24 people have been listed as contacts and are under quarantine because of this person. Because of this person. The people you got in contact with, 24 of them, both medical and non-medical, I suspect. They are all known and they are under quarantine. This event shows you the possibility of Ebola erupting in Kampala if we are not vigilant and people remain defiant for medical advice. But the contacts are of the Kampala case are now all under control. In addition, because of the current epidemic, there are so many people reporting signs and symptoms similar to Ebola within Kampala and Wakiso. Several such alert cases have been tested, and the results have turned out to be negative. So there's some panic. Sometimes people just report panic. The Ministry of Health teams will continue to investigate any such cases and inform the public accordingly. So, actually, all this confirms what I told you here when I spoke with you that time, that this disease actually, unlike corona, unlike even AIDS, is actually easy to deal with. Because you can hear, it's now almost 2 months. Because the first cases where people died quietly, according to my last report when I was here, was on the 6th of August. Those who died in the village, and they buried them there. And you can imagine from that time up to now, we are now talking of 54 cases. If it was corona, it would be a totally different case. Why? Because this disease doesn't go through breathing, as I told you here. It doesn't go through, even when there is contact, it is contact which goes to certain parts of the body. And you remember last time I told you that even if you have the virus, you are not infective until you start showing the symptoms. So all those shows you that this disease is easy to stop. But now you can see the main problem is caused by people who don't listen. Abantu abatawuliriza kuwabulwa. Bano abatoroka naveno nagenderi. You can see, if they were just cooperating and listening, you would not have had the case of Chirudu. You would not have had anything in Ruero. Even of Nyangabu, it was taken there by these people it was not the spread of the disease spreading. It was people recklessly transporting the disease knowingly when they are already sick. So otherwise it is easy. If we all know that Bunoburwade, Sidogo, and the only people who have got a chance of saving you are the health, the hospital. You can't be in a shrine or in your brother's house and you think you will get the attention, the care, the support that you will get in a government hospital. How will they control the temperature? How will you get intravenous fluids? And of what type? Do they know? And who would be doing that to you safely? Because by touching you, they are endangering themselves, even if they had the capacity to give you intravenous. They are not equipped to handle people like you who is sick. So please, mbega yiride abana Uganda mwena kino mukitegere nti buno bukafwiri buno bwe bulese ebizibu bino byonna. Mange yali mulokole buli yalabanga omuntu akola ebitalimu okutegeera ebyobutamanya yali agamba nti nokola ebyekikafwiri. Like when we would drink milk without boiling it, that was bukafwiri. Or sharing a straw when people are drinking alcohol, bukafwiri. So this is bukafwiri now. Doing things which have no logic. And yet the logic is there, is well known. In conclusion, countrymen and countrywomen, I would like to appeal to you to remain calm and follow guidance from the health workers. I have seen on the TV that the people are bringing some vaccines. Now, those vaccines, I have not talked with the minister, but I think they should go to the health workers first. Health workers should be the ones to be vaccinated. Because they are the ones who are likely to be near. Meanwhile, stop shaking hands. Recently we had celebrations here. We got many visitors from outside, important people. I put out an order, no shaking of hands. You saw us at Kororo. There's no president whose hand I shook. Shaking of hands is not necessary. I don't know why people... When Corona was starting, the Archbishop of Canterbury came here. And I said, please, no shaking of hands. they were saying that I would get a blessing from the Archbishop if he shakes my hand. I said, no, no, the blessing can go through air. You just because God created us in his own image. We were created in the image of God. And God is a God of knowledge, not God of ignorance. In the Bible, the 10 lepers, when they met Jesus, it is said in the book where it is the parable, the story is told. They stood far and shouted, Lord, have mercy on us. They stood far. It is in the Bible. You go and read it. They stood far and shouted because you can imagine 2,000 years ago, people knew public health, preventing spread of disease by social distancing. Yes. Go and read the parable of the 10 lepers. They stood far and shouted. They didn't come to embrace, to shake hands, so that he blesses them. No. They stood far. And he threw the word through the air. He didn't have to touch them, that miracle healing, you know. Yabakasukira okuonya. He threw through the air the healing and said, you are healed. You go and report to the priests so that you are healed. So that was social distancing 2,000 years ago. In conclusion, countrymen, countrywomen, I would like to appeal to you to remain calm and follow the guidance from the Ministry of Health Workers. Our country has got the capacity to control this epidemic. The government is doing everything possible to ensure your safety. I thank you and I wish you good luck.